How to kick sciatica and piriformis syndrome pain out of your butt from the comfort of your own home. Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad you're here and so excited to present this information to you today. My goal for today's webinar are simple. I want to explain why the treatments you have done thus far have not worked. I want to explain why it is not your fault. I'm going to tell why my 3-step at-home sciatica treatment is sweeping the nation and literally changing hundreds of lives, and how by using this system, you'll find relief without medications, injections, or surgery. I want to give you a sense of hope and excitement that you can finally break free from this misery. I am a get to the bottom line type of guy. Have you ever listened and listened and listened and listened and listened to a webinar that teased and teased and teased and teased you with the presenter thinking that it was good salesmanship, making you wait and wait and wait for the goods while stringing you along, wasting time? Well, that is not my normal style. So let's get down to business right now. I want to tell you my simple 3-step technique that has been helping thousands of people overcome sciatica and piriformis syndrome. I do not like to waste your time or mine. I do have to start by talking about my typical client. And if you can relate, you are in the right place. If you can't relate, please feel free to hang around and learn, but you're also free to turn this off. The typical journey of my client, please note, there are many variations to this, but I tried to hit the typical points along the painful journey, a typical client journey. After they did the Google and YouTube searches, which left them puzzled and frustrated, they start with or go to their doctor or PCP. They get some x-rays done, they get handed medications, some anti-inflammatory medications, pain medications, muscle relaxers, as well as possibly an exercise handout that they call physical therapy that is really not therapy, because basically it's a generic handout that basically shows you moves that a person with a healthy spine should be able to do, but not real instructions on what you should and shouldn't be doing or how often. It's just a generic handout. And if that doesn't work, they change some medications up and send you for some formal physical therapy. Then, if that doesn't work, you get the MRI, which might show something abnormal, which might show things that have nothing to do with your symptoms, as so many people live with bulging and herniated discs and no pain, that oftentimes MRIs are merely a waste of time. But after you get that MRI, you get referred to a specialist, whether it be an orthopedic surgeon, a neurosurgeon, a neurologist. You get referred there because the MRI results showed something not 100% normal. And then the hunt and search begins. Is this coming from your back, your hip, your piriformis syndrome, your SI joint? Is it a muscle or nerve problem? Back and forth between specialists. And what do you know? They're going to be changing up medications again, as well as possibly giving you some injections. Oftentimes, they'll send you back to PT for more of the same that did not work initially. Throw in there some chiropractic or massage. Some people actually start with that before they ever go to their PCP. And then they also try some yoga, Pilates, acupuncture, cupping, myofascial release, Egoscue methods, miracle creams, foam rollers, TENS. And after the miracle creams and such, people try a mix of what a family member says, a friend of a family member, a coworker tells you he heard somebody was able to get relief by using kratom or some CBD oil. And you can add some ER visits in there, possibly some pain management doctor's visits, some osteopaths, everything natural that you can put your hands on, some inversion tables, decompression treatments, dry needling, everything under the sun. And guess what? I completely understand. You're looking for help from anywhere because you could not find it. It's not your fault. You kept doing what you were told by medical professionals, well-intentioned medical professionals, and you felt like you were getting more than a Band-Aid approach to your issue. And I am so sorry you have been through this mess. And what you've learned is 99% of the time, everyone focused on the painful areas and did not look at or discover other body parts that can possibly help relieve your symptoms. All these treatments typically leave you feeling depressed, overwhelmed, confused, fed up, frustrated, worn out, angry, helpless, hopeless, and discouraged. If this sounds like you are not alone. Most of the clients who wind up coming to me have tried anywhere from 3 to 5 different treatment approaches, and they wind up feeling just like this. And if you can relate, you are in the right place. So let's get down to business. After doing PT the normal way for nearly 15 years, I realized that many of us in the medical profession are very tunnel visioned and we can make mistakes. The problem is the result is some bad advice and therefore bad results for our clients. I would focus all my efforts on the affected, painful part of the body only. I didn't take into account the rest of the body and how the body compensates for itself when there's pain and soreness. I did not consider the rest of the body and all the imbalances that were caused by the compensations. Are you ready to learn the principles to recovery that are nearly guaranteed to end your pain regardless of your specific diagnosis, regardless of what you've tried up until now, or how long it's been going on? I want to introduce you to my 3 simple steps to kicking sciatica and piriformis syndrome pain out of your butt for good. Real simple steps that anybody can follow. And once you learn these principles, it's a life changer. Step number 1, you have to balance out the imbalances first. Your pain has not gone away because you have not balanced out your body. Step 2, you need to restore normal pain-free motion. You need to be pain-free before strengthening and stabilizing your body into place. Step 3, you need to return to activities wisely. You give your body a chance to readjust to normal before returning to all desired activities. And I always tell my clients, it's good to remember that you are in a marathon, not a sprint. This 3-step program is simple. And here are just some stories of 3 clients of mine who are using my 3-step program. Tina White wrote, because of Dean Volk, I can do this again. I can make pottery, something I thought I would never be able to do again. And not only have I been able to make pottery after taking Dean's 8-week class, I've also been able to teach some pottery classes, a dream come true for me, something I could not have done a year ago. I suffered with piriformis syndrome for 20 plus years. Dean never gave up on me. He gently prodded me to take his 8-week class. Once I started, I was hooked. The exercises are now part of my daily routine. I know I need them for the rest of my life to stay balanced and to keep the pain away. Then there's Christine, who's from New Jersey, but is currently living in Norway. Hi, Dean. This is the first summer in 16 years that I have 0 pain. I haven't had it since we last spoke. Maybe September or was it November of 2020? I no longer have to do your program and just live a normal life now. And I'm hiking mountains for the first time and stronger than I have ever been. Hope all is well with you. Thank you for your program. My son, which I never thought I can have because of my hip pain, is healthy and turning 2 in August. Then there's Carrie Johnson, our friend from Canada. This is me in the gym right now, jumping rope. 2 years ago, this was unthinkable. When I met Dean in a video consult, I was almost crawling on all 4s in excruciating pain, not sleeping, completely miserable, and I'd never felt so hopeless and depressed in my life. Please listen to his advice. When I started following his advice and doing the right things, I started to heal and get my life back. Ignore the 20 pounds that I gained during COVID. I work in government. It was a very stressful year. Also, I just turned 50 a month ago. And recently she wrote into my group that she'd been doing half marathons again. And here's a few more clients who've been using my 3-step program. Donna Rada said, I still find it absolutely unbelievable that I hardly hurt after 3 days of your program. Susan D. Felice said, just had my 30-minute consult with Dean. I couldn't stand up. When we started, I was bent over. We did 2 exercises and now I can stand. I'm not sure how long this will work, but I will keep doing the exercises. Thank God. I also signed up for Dean's course. Johnny Allen, a phenomenal story. After 6 surgeries, tons of PT, and getting nowhere from my accident in 2014, and good at getting hooked on Percocets. In February, I found this group and Dean's method. At that point, I was still having severe sciatica pains and had piriformis and a torn hamstring from pushing myself too much to recover and was couch-bound. He was also considering getting his 7th surgery. I could barely walk or stand since I found this group. I've been following Dean's methods and videos. Well, big milestone for me. Yesterday, I mowed my yard. I haven't been able to mow since 2014. Today, I'm sore, but nothing like I thought. Even a bigger personal milestone for me is today marks 3 months off of painkillers. Thank you, Dean, and everyone here who encouraged me to keep trying instead of the other route I was headed, which was surgery. I'm a testament that his methods work. Joanne Nardo said, good morning. So I'm really scared. I don't want to move. For the first time in 5 years, I woke up almost pain-free. I had one brief consultation with Dean Volk, did 2 exercises he showed me. I did them right before bed, and I woke up a new person. How does this happen? Last but not least, Pauline Richards. I also had a 30-minute consultation with Dean this evening, as well as excruciating pain in the buttocks and back of both legs. I had a fall 18 months ago and tore a ligament in my right shoulder, which prevents me from lifting my arm up. Well, am I dreaming? Not only is the mobility and pain much improved already in my legs and buttocks, but I can also now lift my arm right up as well. I wasn't expecting that. So here's Dean's way of ending pain. Using your own body to heal itself naturally and holistically, balancing and aligning the body first. I use active resting to release what is aggravated, irritated, and painful. I work on what is comfortable to release tension in the body. This balances out imbalances, plus it puts the body in an optimal position to heal. So let's go through the 3 steps, step by step. Step 1, balancing out your body. Your pain and problem persists because your body is out of balance. Think of somebody walking around on a sprained ankle. Their whole body is off as their shoulders are thrusting, their neck and their head are thrusting back and forth. Their body's twisting abnormally as they avoid the painful ankle and shift weight to the good side and the good leg. The right side versus left side of the body is all out of balance and is compensating compared to normal because the body wants to continue to function, but at the same time protect the area of the problem. This causes right side, left side balance off. As you can see from this picture, there's an alignment or a balance problem. If your foundation or your starting point is off, you will continue to experience recurring pain and problems for years to come. You need to fix that uneven or out of balance first so your body can heal. Like this picture shows a poor foundation, stress to the walls and the entire structure that is not normal when the foundation is laying horizontal and flat. This will stress the walls, which are used to being perpendicular and not angled, holding excessive stress. It will eventually start to buckle and give way. Our big problem compared to the house, our bodies do not come with a home body warranty. Fixing your low back, butt, or hip without first fixing the imbalances would be like taking an extra piece of drywall, nailing it in against a sagging or strained wall in this house, hoping it will reinforce the wall enough not to buckle or be stressed, but it's a temporary fix to the overall problem. So how do we do this initially? Number 1, by stop stretching and irritating the painful side. If you balance out imbalances throughout your body, you will put your body in an ideal position to heal. Then you can start focusing on what is hurting. But oftentimes, that last part of focusing on what's hurting becomes unnecessary because when you're balanced, the underlying problem oftentimes resolves itself on its own. This may sound crazy, but if you stretch or irritate what's already painful, your body will protect itself, which means the body will compensate for itself, causing imbalances right side versus left side even further. This adds further stress and strain to the body, which does keep it from healing. I was taught in school to stretch things that are tight and to dig on trigger points and tight muscles to loosen them up. But what I have found is the body's natural response to strain and stress and discomfort is to compensate and cause further imbalance to what you're trying to do. But what I have found is when you stretch the opposite side of the body, the side that's looser, more comfortable, less restricted, your body actually relaxes. Tension calms down, and the tighter side, which is typically the more painful side, actually eases up. This has happened time again with so many clients. The stories that I read for you at the beginning, just a couple slides ago, all went through this process of working the side of the body that was looser, more comfortable, less restricted, away from their pain, and their symptoms calmed down. So what kind of stretches and exercises are they? They're stretches and exercises that I have fine-tuned specifically to balance out imbalances in your body, which will give you rapid pain relief. And the best part is, it can all be done from the comfort of your own home. There's no fancy equipment to buy unless you consider the floor, your bed, a chair, or a wall fancy equipment. These exercises and stretches are not Zumba-like activities or running on the beach or strenuous activities that we often think about when we hear the word exercise, but they will be exactly what your body needs to make the most progress in the shortest amount of time. Are you able to see why addressing the painful part of your body before getting the rest of your body in balance has been the reason for your continued issues? I am so sorry that we were taught and then taught you that stretching or digging on the painful side would help you. You may get some temporary relief from it because after you cause the pain to yourself and let go, it may feel better temporarily, which leads you to more and more hoping for longer and longer relief. But typically it does not work, and it is not your fault. Listen to what my actual first and second online Facebook clients experienced after using the simplicity of my techniques. My first online client, Peggy Ann Clark, she was actually the only person to show up to my first live webinar. She wrote, "I just wanted to add that I have been totally pain-free for over 2 years, thanks to Dean and his stretches and TMR. But last weekend, I did some work outside, up and down a ladder 20 times, made my sciatica flare. So I spent an entire day in mild pain, limping, feeling like I started out 2 years ago. But I remembered the stretches and TMR Dean had taught me, and I did them several times on Sunday. Monday, I woke up with no pain again. So just remember, once Dean gives you the tools you need, never forget them and think that they will never work again if you ever find yourself back in some pain one day. These tools are your best friends for life." So listen to what Dean tells you, shows you, and talks about in his book. They're lifesavers that will help you even if you ever need them again. Thank you, Dean, from 2 years ago. That got me totally pain-free to last Sunday when I needed to get my pain-free life back again. My first full-time client, Shonda from Oklahoma, said, "Honestly, I was very skeptical. I can tell you that Dean's helped me more in less than 2 minutes than 4 months of chiropractic and then 2 doctors and 2.5 weeks of physical therapy. I didn't believe it could be that easy, but I was wrong. I'm excited of where I might be 2 weeks from now." That's what Shonda wrote after our initial consultation. She then signed up for taking classes with me, and she's been 100% for the past several years. Step number 2, you need to restore normal pain-free motion. You need to be pain-free before stabilizing your body into place. Now, pain-free motion does not necessarily include those first 2 pictures, but definitely that third one, especially if you live near the beach, because what I have found is a huge mistake that is often made is this. We try to attempt and improve our core strengthening or muscle weakness while the body is still in pain or is still compensating or out of balance. If there's pain, the body is compensating for that pain. There is no way to accurately assess muscle strength due to the way the body is out of balance, stressed, and therefore not functioning normally. Plus, I always ask people, why do you want to stabilize and hold yourself in a position that's painful anyway? I don't allow my clients to start stabilizing their core or other weak muscles until they are balanced, have pain-free motion, and they have minimal to no symptoms remaining whatsoever. Even then, I start slowly and I avoid stressing the affected body part initially with strengthening. Step 3, returning to activities wisely. You've got to give your body a chance to readjust to normal before returning to all desired activities. And those are the desired activities that so many of my clients want to return to. So here's Dean's tried and tested ladder of success. Number 1, you need to restore balance. Number 2, you need to restore mobility. Number 3, you need to improve your stability. Number 4, you return to activity. And number 5, you fine-tune it episodically. So going from the bottom to the top, you need to restore your balance. Then you need to restore your mobility. Then you improve your stability. Then you return to activity wisely, and you fine-tune the imbalances episodically as they may occur in the future. The overall point is this. The transformation process is one that I understand intimately. And once you understand it, you will be able to apply the same process to achieve the pain-free life you want, need, and deserve. I have seen it all. I've dedicated my life to making sure you no longer have to suffer. This is my passion, or as my wife says, my obsession. Here is what I have for you. My team sets aside time in our calendar every week to start you off with a strategy session call. During the session, we'll determine together the best course of action for you moving forward. The session is a call on either Zoom or a simple phone call lasting about 30 minutes where you will receive information so you can make the wisest decision for yourself moving forward. Quick questions to ask yourself. What am I missing out on by not getting this fixed once and for all? What toll is it taking on me relationally, mentally, emotionally, physically? What would being pain-free mean to me? What do I want my life to look like in a year? Am I happy with my current progress? One thing that I have come to realize in the medical field is we often make the mistake of creating dependence on us. And that's exactly what I don't want to do. I want to empower you and create a way for you to be independent so that you can get yourself out of pain or out of discomfort or out of stress easily, naturally, without having to see me again, without having to go see a chiropractor, a massage therapist, a doctor. Not that any of those things are bad in and of themselves, but if I can teach you a system to treat yourself of any musculoskeletal problems, you will be that far ahead of the game. So being the bottom line kind of guy, here's what you need to do. If you're serious about winning this battle, here's what you need to do now. Simply go to sciaticapt.com/strategy call to set up your call with us today. My promise to you when we meet in our strategy session is this. You will have my assistant's undivided attention. You will learn some simple things that you can be starting on right away for your healing. You will learn what you need to do to obtain your goals. You will come away hopeful and ready to win your life back with some tools to help you. We will be honest with you, and if we, on that rare occasion, we feel like we cannot help you and we are not a good fit for each other, we will let you know. So if you're serious about your health and you're willing to invest to win this battle, simply type in the web address sciaticapt.com/strategy session. Pick a date and time that works for you to set up your 30-minute strategy session with us today. So if this is something you need, please feel free, stop and do it now. If you want to learn more about me personally, that's totally up to you, but feel free to watch further if you want, because in it, I will discuss a bit about me, my frustration with the medical field, why what you have been doing is merely a temporary, not a permanent fix. I will help you understand why many things you have already tried have not been successful, as well as tell you some more stories of people who I have helped. So if you want to, go to sciaticapt.com/strategy call, set up your 30-minute consultation with my team, and we will get you started right away. And for those who want to learn a little bit more about me, who am I? I'm a husband and father of two amazing young men. I'm a physical therapist for more than 30 years. I'm an international sciatica relief expert. I am founder of Sciatica Relief Now, and I literally wrote the book on sciatica relief called Sciatica Relief Now, How I Helped My Wife Overcome Excruciating Sciatica, and now it's your turn. And according to my mom, I am the best physical therapist in the world. I've been working in orthopedics and sports medicine clinics since I graduated physical therapy in 1992. From 93 to 2006, I was a clinical director in PT clinics in both Phoenix, Arizona, and then when I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, I opened my own clinics in 2006 and sold them in 2020. And through that time, I owned 3 different clinics in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. At the same time, from 2017 through 2021, I owned a mobile concierge cash practice in Charleston, South Carolina. In May of 2018, I founded Sciatica Relief Now, which is an online piriformis and sciatica service. And in May of 2021, my wife and I moved to Santa Monica, California. One massive issue that I have with many medical providers is this. We tend to build dependence on us and our skills instead of empowering you to take control of your own pain. We don't intend to make you dependent on us, but that seems to be what happens because we go through years of schooling and scientific study to learn all about the human body to help you. But being in healthcare for 30 years, I've realized something, and that is we tend to create dependence on us. And I would rather empower you to take control of your healing and provide you with a plan and process for your go-to exercises that you will have forever, so that you can control your pain. My goal for you and for every client is I want to create independence for you from needing me or anyone else to control your pain and symptoms. I want to empower you to be in the driver's seat after you gain the understanding of my 3-step, simple, common sense approach to healing. Most clients that I have worked with have tried numerous things before seeing me: pain medications, injections, physical therapy, chiropractic care, Pilates, yoga, acupuncture, YouTube exercises, massage therapy, tried TENS machines, just hoped it would get better on its own, in addition to trying tennis ball massages, foam roller massages, inversion tables, and surgery. Here is why those didn't work, and here's why it is not your fault. Those are mostly temporary Band-Aid approaches and potentially harmful approaches because they ignore the rest of your body as they focus on the painful area only. The temporary or Band-Aid fixes, as I call them, are the pain relief creams, the hot cold packs, the TENS unit, injections, pain medications, anti-inflammatories, muscle relaxers, manipulations, massages, stretching the painful side, all attention to the painful side. They might give you some temporary relief, but as you are still listening, you know it's not giving you the quality of life that you deserve. So my simple 3 steps that we've already talked about to kicking sciatica and piriformis syndrome pain out of your butt, as we talked about before. Step 1, you have to balance out your imbalances first because your pain has not gone away because your body's not balanced. Step 2, you need to restore normal pain-free motion. You need to be pain-free before strengthening, stabilizing your body into place. And step 3, you need to return to your activities wisely. You need to give your body a chance to readjust to normal before returning to all desired activities. And it's good to remember you're in a marathon, not a sprint. I have had the privilege of using my program with clients who were thinking it's all too good to be true, or they were very skeptical. Brenda on the left-hand side says, quite frankly, I thought he was a quack just taking people's money, but I was desperate and decided to give it a chance. After one consult, I was probably 50% better. Jennifer in the middle said, I'm not going to lie, I was skeptical then that Dean Volk could help me remotely with my sciatica. I get it. I really do. I also know it was the best decision regarding my care I've ever made. Dana Simon said, so I'm generally a very skeptical person, and at the end, so thankful to you, Dean Volk, for giving me some hope. I've also worked with people who had tried everything. Anna had, over the last month, it had been the worst she'd ever been. She had seen a chiropractor, physical therapist, massage therapist. She tried dry needling, heat, cold, TENS, muscle relaxers, pain meds, and was still in excruciating pain. Then said the bottom line, if you're skeptical, you have nothing to lose but your pain. I was skeptical too, and I'm a 100% believer. Do yourself a favor and reach out to Dean. Johnny Allen, we've already talked about him. He was the one who had 6 surgeries, 4 back surgeries, 2 hip surgeries, was literally wanting to kill himself. He wanted it to be over. He became addicted to the pain medications. Now he's been off painkillers for 3 months, and you may be skeptical like he was, but he will 100% back these routines between the stretches and being patient and not expecting a miracle. He's happy to be alive. And Tina wrote, I can honestly say that after 3 years of pain, I no longer have pain on my right side. After countless doctor's appointments, physical therapy, therapeutic massages, chiropractic visits, acupuncture, steroid spinal injections, and none of that helped relieve the pain. I've also worked with those people who had hoped it would get better on its own or wanted to figure it out themselves. Zach Chamberlain said, going to share my journey so far for the last year or so, I've had low back pain and it would be worse in the morning. I do masonry work, so it's very physical. Once I warm up at work, the pain went away until I would relax at home after work. Well, July 4th, I woke up with bad sciatica pain. I could barely walk. Every day got worse. After I told him the stretches, he kept up with it. He was 70% better in a short period of time. Margaret said, I've been a member of the group for a long time, but I'm also really stubborn and independent, and I thought I could figure this out on my own. Seriously, I feel so much better than I have in ages, and even better, I know why I have struggled for so long. I've also worked with people who are depressed, anxious, and fearful. This was Carrie, whose return to marathon running, her quality of life was horrible. I hit one of the lowest points in her life this year after my fall and the injury. The pain was excruciating for months, and I had never been so depressed. Darlene from Florida said it was the best thing she'd ever done. I found this group in 2019 during a very depressing time of my life in pain 24/7. I am the place where people come to when they are tired of trying the Band-Aid approaches and are ready to feel and experience sustainable pain relief for real. Here's Marsha's story. What a difference a year makes. Exactly a year ago, this week, I had piriformis syndrome and sciatica pain at 8 to 10 on a 0 to 10 pain scale every day for the previous 6 months, plus lower back pain for 5 years. I was barely mobile, discouraged, basically non-functional. My life was on hold. Sitting and driving were the worst. My doctor sent me for an MRI, to a neurologist for nerve testing, then to a neurosurgeon who encouraged me to try another treatment before surgery. I had 3 steroid injections, radiofrequency ablation, went to a chiropractor for 7 months, PT for 2 months. I was helped some, but the pain went down to about a 6 from the 8 out of 10. I had an interview with Dean Volk and was intrigued by his unique approach. I found him on Facebook, did my 30-minute video consult with him, signed up for his 21-week course. I'm on week 20 right now, and my pain is now a 0 to a 1. I'm so looking forward to my pain-free future. Thank you, Dean, for the course, the emails, the messages, the videos, the webinars, the encouragement. And here are what a couple other past clients have said. This was Marsha from the last slide. Now she's able to work in her yard this spring for the first time without pain in so many years. Tina White, she returned to pottery for the first time after suffering piriformis syndrome for 20 years. And Sean Balance, on May 15th, she said, Dean, I just want to be able to get on my floor with my kids. He assured me I would, but I didn't have much faith. I'm on week 4 of Dean's program. I'm walking a mile every other day, but more importantly, look at me today playing on the floor with my grandson. I'm so thankful to Dean, his program, and his support here. What a blessing. So my question to you is, are you ready to start on your road to recovery now? Are you ready to finally do it the right way? Isn't it time to get it done right? Be coached and directed by someone that has already done it successfully over and over and who's perfected this new treatment approach over the last 15 years. Can you imagine what it would be like not to have to miss out on another girls' night out, miss out on getting on the floor with your kids or grandkids, simply go for a walk with your family? Do you remember what it was like to do what you wanted without fear of paying for it later in terms of back, butt, or leg pain? Your time is now, so let's get you scheduled ASAP to start your road to recovery. It's time to start your transformation. So if you're serious about your health and you're willing to invest to win this battle, simply type in the web address sciaticapt.com/strategy session. Pick a date and time that works for you to set up your 30-minute strategy session with us today. If this is something you need, please feel free to stop this video and do it now. My promise to you again, when we meet in our strategy session is this: you will have my assistant's undivided attention. You will learn some simple things that you can be starting on right away for your healing. You will learn what you need to do to obtain your goals. You will come away hopeful and ready to win your life back with some tools to help you. We will be honest with you, and if we, on that rare occasion, we feel like we cannot help you and we are not a good fit for each other, we will let you know. So now it is really time to type in sciaticapt.com/strategy call, pick the date and time for your 30-minute strategy session to get you started on your road to recovery today. Thank you so much for watching this. Thanks for being here. I appreciate your trust in me, and I look forward to meeting you shortly.